In our last few videos, we've already covered transits, which allow you to move items around in your inventory without an order. Now we will talk about leasing, which allows you to do the same, but with moving items to and from customers. To begin a lease, go to Leasing under the Stock column of the Inventory tab. This will take you to the Lease page. To make a lease, first select some items from your warehouse using the three dots button next to Item ID. You can then select the location you're pulling the items from, as well as how many items you plan on leasing. Then click Save. Make sure you have the person you're leasing to selected in the Lease To area. Then click on Mark, and then Lease. The items have now been leased to the customers with the lease number given on the page. Clicking on this will allow you to print out details of the lease. When you're ready to return your items from the lease, the process is similar. Once again, you use the lease page, but this time you set the lease to as return leased items. Note that if you haven't chosen a return location in your warehouse entry, something we'll go over when we talk about warehouses, you may have errors when you see this page. Then you can pick your lease number and click Return Items from Lease. This will automatically populate the table with the items you have put out for lease. Click on the Mark button and then click Return Lease to return the items to your inventory. Before we move on completely from transits and moving stock, it is important to briefly touch on restocking transits. These can also be accessed in the Inventory tab under the Stock column. They are similar to restocking purchase orders in that they are generated automatically using this page and can help you restock. However, instead of purchasing the items from an outside supplier, this allows you to use items in other warehouses to restock underfilled ones. You select a From and To warehouse, which must be different. If we had any items that needed restocking and were carried to the From warehouse, we could use the Transit button to send them over. Unfortunately, we don't have any currently in the system, so we can't really show it, but if you would click on the Transit button here and then click Create Transits, it would move the required number of items into the warehouse that needed them. It would work the same as any other two-step transit as seen in previous videos. Now that we've covered leasing and transits, we can move on to cover the other types of orders in IPOL, work orders and assemblies.